Hey everyone, my name is Luke Holden with Stack. Glad you could join us here today. I'd like to thank all owners, estimators, and/or students for carving out a few minutes to review our cloud-based takeoff and estimating tools. We really designed this platform to be easy to use, very mobile, and extremely collaborative. Not to mention, we have a kind of pre-built material catalogs that are Masonry specific. They'll help jumpstart you and your team right into estimating. Also, we're the only 100% cloud-based takeoff and estimating tool that offers unlimited training and support, making sure your growth and success is our top priority. And really, the goal here today is pretty simple. I'm here to show you how Stack Pro workflow can help grow your business. At a minimum, save you and your team quite a few hours here every week. So we're going to help reduce that takeoff time and improve bid accuracy to grow your business with Stack. I'm not much for PowerPoints, but quick little few slides here and we'll jump right in. Today's goal, how Stack will impact your business, how we're going to help it grow. We're going to help you guys bid more work. We're going to reduce hours spent in the office or kind of after hours per se. And also, we're definitely going to save you some money on paper. You don't have to print out every single job. We just print the winners. Today's session agenda, I'm going to show you how to organize your projects on a bid calendar, how to do some basic navigation. It's pretty easy. There's probably about 15 buttons in this entire application. We'll do a material takeoff or quantity takeoff, and then we'll do some cost estimating. That's Masonry specific. I know it's a pretty robust trade, but we're going to hone in on some CMU, I think, today. Just kind of show you how the inputs work and how to drive a list after making a couple measurements. I will go through more of the catalog just to show you what's all in there. And call us if you have any further questions or would like to see more. But to get started, it's go.stackct, that's Charlie Tango, .com. All right, I am going to cheat and kind of click over onto the home screen. Once you log in through our website, this is the home screen. No matter who's logging in within your company or organization, everyone has access to kind of this big bid calendar. I used to have a whiteboard in my office that would help keep track of jobs. Used to be a commercial tiler. This is the same concept. We create new jobs over on the left-hand side with a project name, bid date, kind of everything else is gravy. You can put a time on there, assign it to somebody, or if you're analytical and you want to track your bids, you can. It's just what changes the color, and we can easily search for jobs we won, jobs we lost, jobs that are in the bidding phase, that sort of thing. Project information, if you'd like it in here, and then we hit create and launch. It'll automatically prompt us to upload documents, and it's super, super easy from there. Now, I do have a couple jobs created over on this right-hand side. I'm just simply going to click into one, show you what it looks like. Any set of documents that you load in here can be from a plan room, a contractor emails you something, you grab something off of somebody's FTP site. It doesn't matter to us. We will take any PDF, TIFF, JPEG, any zip file. And this is kind of what the upload tool looks like without going too far. This big box kind of pops up right in front of you. Most contractors will hit this choose a local file and choose it right off of your computer or local machine and load it into here. We do have contractors that will drag and drop into this white space, or more advanced contractors will link to Dropbox, Google Drive, Box, OneDrive, or Evernote if they have one, or use something already internally. They will scan first, and then you click this blue done button. You let it do its thing, let it do its magic. It's actually going to take a second, depending on how large your file set is, and it'll break those PDFs or those sheets, everything out into sheets, and automatically rename them for you. Similar to, not the olden days, similar to the days where I worked with paper, and I would kind of spread everything out on kind of two folding tables. That's what this is. It's just preventing you from, having to print everything. And there are some definite benefits to uploading your documents to Stack. But let me start with kind of navigating around. On the very top bar, there are 6 buttons. Doesn't get any easier than this. We always work our way left to right. Projects will take you back to that bid calendar. You can continue working on other jobs or create a new job, completely up to you. Plans is document management. Because we upload the documents and they took some time to scan and rename, we also scanned them for an OCR search, meaning I can come in and keyword search through a title or the plan content if I'm looking for something specific, wall schedules, that sort of thing. And then below, we could add additional documents, rotate these if they came in sideways, more document management features. Takeoff, the next button over, is where we define what we'd like to measure, how we're going to measure it, and what highlighters to use. If you use the same common masonry types for, I don't know, CMU around a dumpster, they have the same universal heights or materials in it. Make sure that you start saving these to your library. You can kind of save them company-wide so you don't have to type them out or define those materials over and over again. It's a quick little shortcut where you just hit the green button after you set your scale and go. But we'll treat everything like it's new here today, and we'll be creating a new takeoff here in a second. Items and assemblies, these are why contractors come to us. An item is any individual material, labor, or equipment. You can give it a coverage rate, you can give it a cost. The benefit of Stack, we have tens of thousands of these items already pre-created in here. So you don't have to sit down and take probably 40, 100 hours. You guys deal with a lot of different materials, and same thing with formulas. The assemblies are more like the formulas or kind of the guts of everything. And Stack has a beautiful masonry catalog where we can help define rebar. We can do brick off of elevation or a plan view, and there are deducts for openings when you are working off the plan view. If not, we would just use the cutout tool for elevation. Same thing with CMU. And just to kind of show you what one of these looks like, you can open it up and it's got all your different types in it. They're kind of like folders within folders, which is great. You got glass, you got adobe, and you got stone veneer. You got your split, and you got your standard block. So plenty to choose from in here. I know it's kind of a lot to take in all at once. We did have a masonry contractor contract out or kind of build this all out with us. He had 40 plus years of experience with working with concrete and masonry. So if you can think you use it, odds are it's probably most definitely in here, or we can figure it out here with you. These are completely customizable. Before we go too far, I'm going to show you kind of what we have out of the gate. It's probably about 70% of what you need. The other 30% is you kind of pushing in pricing, regional items, or kind of your own labor database within here. And we'll show you how it works, and anything more advanced, just keep in mind we have some very smart people over here called trainers. They are more than happy to help you out, help you customize it. It is all 100% free when it comes to training and support. And then reports at the very end is going to add everything up for us. So gone are the days of running that scale ruler around a sheet of plan pages and writing down those numbers and then having to add them up. This program does that automatically. That's where we're going to speed up the takeoff and then jump you into estimating. So takeoff reports are the first 3. They're all quantity reports, so linear feet, square feet, counts, that sort of thing. And the bottom 4 reports are all estimating reports, or shopping list reports is what I like to call them. Keep in mind, I'm not going to show it in today's webinar session, but contractors will take these reports and kind of work them up 2 different ways. And both we have videos on. We have 2 tools to help you. The videos are at help.stackct.com, and the first one is our Excel add-in. This is free to you. If you are married to your Excel spreadsheet, this one is for you. You can easily open up that master template. There is a Stack add-on that is free through the Microsoft Store. The video shows you how to download it and then how to log into it and how to map your information from here into your Excel spreadsheet. And if you make any changes within the program or on the project, you can hit the refresh button in your Excel spreadsheet and it'll automatically refresh that data for you. Pretty cool. It kind of takes away the redundancy of you copy and pasting over and over again or from cell to cell, where you can just easily map that information, and if it needs to be updated, hit a refresh button. Option number 2 is a project cost calculator. This is for somebody that is jumping more into the estimating. Our reports can automatically be uploaded into this kind of pre-built Excel spreadsheet, and you can push in things like additional waste, markup, taxes, miscellaneous items, dumpsters, job site trailers, permits, that sort of thing, profit, overhead, and just simply get to your final number, polish off this bid as quick as possible. So we do have that option available too. Again, both wonderful videos are at help.stackct.com, and one is the Stack Excel add-on, and the other is the project cost calculator. All right, wonderful. Let's get back to the webinar here, not to digress, and click on Takeoff. Now from here, all my documents are broken out. I'm going to click View on a set of documents just to make it larger. I'm going to zoom in and out using the wheel of my mouse and hold down my left mouse click and drag. Just from a workflow standpoint, I do want to look to set my scale first. Our software is a little idiot-proof. We're not going to let you make any drawings or markups without setting it. It will kind of pop up in front of you in nice red. In order to do this, in the bottom right, there is scale. I can calibrate off of some dimension lines like this 11-foot run or a doorway, or click standard scales, use the drop down, click an eighth. All right, let's just say I'm going to do these walls going around the outside here. I'm going to make sure that I'm in takeoff, which by default when I click over onto takeoff, I am. And over on the left-hand side, I'm going to click new takeoff. And I'm just going to make a CMU wall. I'm going to select my measurement type. Area is anything that you can measure by hand you can do using the software. Area is square footage, linear, A to B, count. Linear with drop is for more of our mechanical contractors if they're running pipe or wire up and down walls. Pitched area, pitched linear, more for our shingled roofers, sloped roofers. Surface area is great. It allows you to put in a wall height and take off a linear measurement. Volume 2D, volume 3D, more for our concrete or site work people. Volume 2D is for like your flat work where you can put in a depth and get cubic yardage out. Volume 3D is a depth and a width, and it'll still give you cubic yardage off of a linear measurement. For this, I am going to stick to linear. We can change the appearance or change out our highlight colors by clicking on the color swatch. I'll make it nice bright red here for us. And then the items and assemblies. This is where we're going to define what is going into our CMU wall. This can be edited or added to at any time, so don't feel the immediate pressure of having to know everything that goes into the wall. But go ahead and I'll click Add, click on the Stack Assemblies folder, go right into Masonry. We will do CMU, and I will do Standard Smooth, and we'll do a 8-inch wide linear. Kind of gives that measurement tool right next to it, which is great. That way I'm not using, you can see some of these are surface area or some of them might be counts, that sort of thing. go ahead and I'll add this item. It's going to ask me some variable questions at the top, kind of like using TurboTax. We're not going to let you miss anything. No missed deductions or additions. And then below, we're going to require you to pick some materials. All right. I am a commercial tiler, so if I do pop in something here funny, try to keep the comments to yourself or call in and let me know how far off I was. So wall height here, I'll say that this is a 12-foot high wall. Rebar per cell, we'll say 1. Our block waist, I'll say 10 for 10%. Vertical rebar spacing in inches, I'll say every, 18 inches. Vertical or rebar waist, 1 to 100, 10%. Rebar bond per course, I'll say 2. Positioner spacing in feet, I'll say 4. Horizontal reinforcing waist or rebar waist, 10. Control joint spacing in feet, every 20 feet. My crew can place, 400 block per hour. My wall width, I'm just going to do one width, so it'll be 8 inches. Any forms, if I were using them, I'm going to leave them blank for now. Mid-wall bomb beam course, I'll say there's 1 and that there's 2 on top. All right. Choosing my reinforcing, I can have some mesh in here. I'll say just some truss tri-mesh. Vertical rebar reinforcing, I can either pop this in linear feet or in tons. I'll grab my number 4s and I'll have it in tons. Our bond course rebar, I'll do the same thing. I'll just use my number 4s here. And then I'll do coarse grout. I'll do, again, coarse grout. We'll keep it coarse. And then rebar positioners, just the singles. Control joint material, I'll say PVC. Choose my crew size, crew of 7. And we can add on to these, maybe your A crew and your B crew. And then choose bond, beam form. I don't have any form work. I'll leave it blank as none. My bed mortar is going to be my N. And my deduct, I am going to deduct for my bond beams. And I'm going to hit save. Since I'm ready, I click Start Takeoff, drag my mouse right over the right-hand side. You'll notice I have crosshairs, and I'm going to run this all the way around the building. So I'm just going to single-click to start, hold down my left mouse click, and drag. When I release, I'm back free again. If I want to snap my line straight, I just simply tap Shift, and I'm going to work my way right around this building. And I'm just single clicking each time I want to change direction. Hold down that mouse click and drag to pan. And for some reason, because it's going to happen, if you make a mistake, you can hit backspace and it'll remove that last point. It will happen. It's going to take a second to navigate around. We expect it. Just keep in mind, having a mouse is extremely helpful for this. And I have a mouse with a wheel, so I can zoom in and out at the same time. And click to drag. It just increases the accuracy as we go. Just highly recommended little tool if you're using our software. And when I get to the end, this is where I double click. It'll drop my red line there. Automatically, if I were to go right to reports, and any of my quantity reports on the very top are going to pop me my total linear foot, my total kind of perimeter of my building, which is great. I didn't have to run a wheel through, add it, scale it, all that stuff. And then the beauty is, with our program, we just popped ourselves a material list at the exact same time. So how many sacks of mortar, all the CMU, 8x8, 8x16s, and then the rebar in tons, our control joint linear feet, our truss mesh, how many pieces of the rebar positioner, cubic yards of mason sand, and then how many cubic feet of the mason grout. We also have some summary items on here, just letting us know that there are, 26 control joint spaces. The CMU was this without the waste. This is kind of breaking into it. And then the vertical rebar, and then I have my masonry labor crew hours. You will notice everything is kind of blank out of the gate in here for unit cost. That is by design. You can place in a unit cost to kind of help drive that total at the very end. It's very easy to do. You go back to items, you can copy and paste the item into there. It's great to have some plug numbers in here, since things probably change depending on, quarterly or anything like that. Most people will manage pricing outside of our platform or with plug numbers inside our platform. Just keep that in mind. And then any changes made to this are actually shared company-wide. So if you have a pretty standard, pound per ton of rebar or cost per ton for rebar, you can kind of just plug that in, 52 cents, 58 cents, whatever it may be. All right. All of our reports are exported right to Excel in the top right. And you can continue working it up either through your own spreadsheet using the Excel add-in or the project cost calculator. Let me go back to Takeoff here real quick. I'm just going to show you a couple other tools over on the right-hand side. I'll break us to a little closing slide, and I do appreciate everyone's time and patience kind of exposing themselves to our tool here. So over on the left-hand side, I didn't really touch too many of these. This little white silhouette guy up here is your admin tab. If we are adding additional users or changing out email addresses or switching everything to metric, that's where you do it. Right below is a toggle left. If you do that, it kind of opens up the plan page a little bit further. I will have a lot of contractors who have multiple computer screens, and especially the ones that are diehard paper people. I call them dinosaurs, but that's okay. I used to be a dinosaur too, I guess. They will right-click on the Stack Pro, kind of your tab on the top, duplicate it. It kind of reloads the entire project in another tab. They can go into a detail. They'll zoom into it. They'll toggle this left, and they'll take this tab and they'll move it to their other screen. That way they can have the detail up and be working on the wall at the same time. Most contractors that do have multiple screens will keep the plan page on the larger screen and the detail potentially on a smaller screen. Just what I've seen or what I've experienced. Underneath the toggle left is the quick upload. If you had to upload additional documents instead of clicking on plans and into the folders and all that jazz, you simply click on this. It'll automatically prompt you to upload. Bookmarks are wonderful. If you're trying to use this kind of out in the field, you can add hyperlinks to details. So if your foreman is in here or there's any sort of question or doubt on a certain wall type, you could link something to a detail and have it kind of out in the field for a quick reference. Great video on how these work at help.stackct.com. Zooming in and out, if you do not have a mouse or you're just using the trackpad on your laptop, I'd highly recommend that you run out to Walmart, hop on Amazon, or drive to a gas station and just go buy a mouse with a wheel right in the center. I have a simple Logitech mouse. It plugs right into my laptop, and then I have my laptop plugged into a larger screen as well for my demonstrations and for use. But zooming in and out, I can zoom in, I can zoom out, I can zoom home, all here. And then on any mobile device like an iPad or a Surface Pro, you can pinch to zoom. Your Surface Pros or your iPads and your phones and that sort of thing, they're more meant for viewers. Please do not do takeoffs using your fingers and expect it to be 100% accurate. That's just not a realistic expectation that you should have trying to do a takeoff on your phone. Edit. In edit mode, a lot of things kind of open up here. If I was kind of more or less doing an area, you'll know you're in edit mode when it's edit. You got these little green dots. We can add to or adjust the dots. So if you were going around and you wanted to blow something in or take something out, you're more than welcome to. Also in edit mode, there's a bunch of other tools. Multi-select is great for everything on a plan page or little sections. You can copy and paste. You can flip horizontally. You can flip vertically. You can also delete this out. If you make a mistake or you're kind of going through, it's not a huge deal. Most people just have to come over to edit, click on it, and then go back to edit and hit delete, and then you can always go right back into your draw tool on the top. Markup tools, these are great little collaboration tools. You can highlight to draw attention to something. Maybe there's something in the general notes, and it's kind of like the area tool, but it doesn't add any measurements or doesn't affect your reports in any way. You can also cloud. Again, these are just drawing attention. Call out notes if you wanted to leave a note on here. Check this out. You can size them, you can change them different colors. There are dimension lines. Highly recommended if you calibrate your scale, you toss some dimension lines on here just to double check everything. And then there is a text box if I wanted to leave a list of instructions or notes, and a plan legend, which is kind of my personal favorite. Wish I had this when I was tiling, what tiles go where, what wall types are what colors. It's easier to kind of take this and use our little PDF exporter and print this off to PDF and send it to somebody just as a reference. Or if they're working somewhere that's kind of rural, not a bunch of internet to hop on here, it's just great to have or great to kind of collaborate back and forth with other people. All right, help and support, and then I'll hop back to the closing PowerPoint. Unlimited training and support. There is a little help question box. We are in the office from 7:30 in the morning till 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Every customer is given a account rep over here, or an account manager. Mine is Lauren. I have Lauren's direct number. They will call you with updates. They will call you to make sure everything is running smooth. Shoot, Lauren would even call me if for some reason I didn't log in for 30 days, asking me what's going on, how can I get the most out of this subscription. Don't know any other software that's doing that out there. I can sure tell you that my gym membership isn't calling me saying, hey, Luke, we didn't see you at the gym here last month. Is everything okay? We'd love to get you back in here. No, we do that though. Just because your success is our success over here. We take a lot of companies that start with us and we help grow them. Also, you have a main support line. This is a training line as well. Out of the gate, we set you up with a little 90-minute training session, just making sure you're good to go. We're a little unique too. We will work off of your projects with you. This isn't just some canned demo or a couple webinars that we send you and you get 15 minutes to Q&A with us or anything like that. We will flip the computer screen, work out of your projects with you, make sure that you're comfortable and kind of good to go. If you do have a question and you don't want like a whole trainer or really call anyone, it's quite fine. We do have in-app chat in the bottom right. You can chat to us. You can even chat to us after hours, but please be realistic. If it's like 10 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll get to you first thing in the morning, the next morning, and then probably have a good talk with you if it's 2 o'clock in the morning about this wild addiction of our software and of doing these takeoffs super late, because we want our software to prevent you from doing that, kind of have a life. But call us, get a hold of us if you have any questions. We are super engaged with you, and we want to make sure that you get a great start right out of the gate, and help you guys out. All right. Told you I'd be quick. And I do appreciate everyone's time. How to join Stack, you can visit us at www.stackct.com and set up your free account. You can chat with us in the app or call our team if you'd like a more one-on-one demonstration at 866-702-6078. Honestly, if this is everything that you're looking for and you have a project right in front of you, They pay me to tell you this, but click on the upgrade button right away and get started. One of our trainers will automatically reach out to you and schedule your first 90-minute training session. And our goal is to help you win more profitable work at the end of the day. We want to speed up this bid process, help you make more hits on jobs. The goal of this software is not to have you ever really underbid jobs and not to truly overbid jobs. We want you to pump out more work with a good margin here, grow your business. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us here today. We're looking forward to adding you to our collection of 5-star reviews. Check us out through Software Advice or Capterra, or we do have some YouTube customer testimonials, which is pretty cool. You get to see average dudes, kind of like myself, talking about our software with their actual customers who have had phenomenal success. They helped build their business around Stack. Remember to call in or chat with us if you have any questions while you're checking us out or while you're looking at getting started, and we look forward to talking to you here soon. It's Luke Holden with Stack, and have a wonderful day.